so this is for the install of a 2011 to 14 or 08 STI to 2014 Invidia Q300 quad tip exhaust. So right now, like I said, I have the single tip on there. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is remove this plastic piece you see there, cut out right along that way, and then do the same thing with this little plastic section. Okay, so cut the first left side, literally took 30 seconds maybe. I just used a razor blade. I know there's probably a lot of people that'll say that was probably not the best way to go about it, but actually it turned out pretty well for 30 seconds of work. And like I said, I'll clean it up eventually with the Dremel and stuff like that, and kind of sand it down and clean up the rough edges. But here it is. So you can see the top part's kind of wavy there, but I'll clean that up a little bit just here in a second. Probably just trim off this little bit here so it evens out with that side. And that's pretty much it. I know it looks really bad right now, but once you got to think you're going to have two of those coming out here. So all that top stuff and obviously all the stuff in the back there, you won't even be able to see it anymore. Okay, so that side's cut off and shaped up a little bit. This side is on its way to being cut off, but I'm going to remove the actual exhaust now before I cut around there. I don't want to make sure I don't do a crappy job, so I'm going to remove, you can see those bolts there and right there. And that one. And once I remove those, this should come off from here. I guess I could remove this one right there and just take this off. As a matter of fact, I might do that instead in the meantime. But yeah, actually that's what I'm gonna do, because that's that mid pipe there. So I'm gonna remove this bolt here first, and then these hangers, which you can see I've already soaked them in WD-40. There's 4 of those. Another one there, and another one up here. I don't know if you can see it. It's back up in there. Right there. So, I've already soaked those, and then once I remove it all, I'll go ahead and take that whole exhaust off. Also, it looks like I can remove it here, but I'm going to leave that connected to the actual exhaust itself for now. Alright, so spray the bolts to exhaust with this. Definitely will make things a lot easier. Just like WD-40 on the hangers, spray bolts with this, or PB Blaster. Obviously this is kind of like a knockoff brand of that, but it still works. Alright, now that it's removed, you can see the hardware isn't exactly in the best shape. The actual gasket's not horrible, but not the best. So eventually I'll be getting new ones, but for right now I'm going to use those. There's probably people that are like, why would you do that? But right now it's just going to have to be either that or put this back on and then get new ones, and I'm already committed at this point. So that's removed over there. You can see right there, separated from the actual exhaust itself. So now I'm going to take these 4 hangers, 2 on that side and then 2 over there, and there, remove those, and this whole exhaust manifold will come off. Alright, little note to self, don't do this on a day where it's 90 degrees and the sun's baking on you. But the good news is that exhaust is off, and it's time to put this one on as soon as I finish trimming up back that way on that piece. I don't know if you can see that. Just got trimmed to the back there to cut that piece off. That way both exhausts can fit. I don't know how it's going to look with the little divot coming down right. Yeah, see how it comes down like that? I may have to go and cut straight across. Okay, so it hasn't turned out as well as I wanted it to the first time. So that's all the plastic that I had to shave off. That's the one on the right, that's the one on the left, and then there's a bunch of other little pieces I had to do. And it's on there. I still got to do the mid pipe and all that stuff. You can see it looks pretty good from there. You know, looks pretty solid. Looks flipping awesome there. When you get up really close to it, you can kind of see the hack job. Yeah, it looks really rough right there. Obviously I'm going to get something to sand all that out and everything. You can see it over here too, how to get it to go around the exhaust, and I went too far on that side, but I don't know. I mean, it kind of matches this one over here. There's a gap there and then that gap over here. But as far as the inside goes, it was actually tighter than I thought it would be. I would expect it to be more out to the side. I don't know if it somehow got bent, you know, bent together somehow. I mean, not that small, but. Little update. Pipes on. Cat's on. As you can tell, it's being held up by an ice cream box. Note to self and whoever decides to tackle this: put the front tires on blocks of wood so that the front of the vehicle is also in the air. 2 people is definitely easier than 1. I know those pipes aren't heavy, but trying to lift that with one hand while trying to put the bolts in with the other, with only, you know, that much room down there, it's not an easy task. Thankfully it is done for now. So I just got to put this on, and then obviously the hanger you see right there, and then that'll go on and obviously connect that pipe to the exhaust. Alright, so I think we're finally done. I just gotta get a new gasket for one of them, well, for 2 of them, sorry. Get that. I actually did get some new hardware that I found. It's brand new and it works for the mid pipe out to the exhaust. I can show you that real quick. Okay, so it definitely is louder. I do have a little exhaust leak in there, which I just checked. So I'm going to need to get some new gaskets.